begins Module 3, ground fighting drills. First, we're going to start with your rear break fall. Again, avoid slapping out, avoid sporting type break falls. You're going to start real simply from a crouching position. So you're going to bend your knees, tuck your chin, tuck your body, roll your back, and then you're just going to fall on your hip and your lat back. And you're going to wind up in a defensive position with your feet up. Again, standing. Tuck your chin, roll back. Feet up, hands up. Again, do not land your flat on your back. Lay on your side, chin up, head tucked, hands up, feet up. When you start to get a little more comfortable, don't crouch so much. Bend your knees, keep your chin tucked, fall back, feet up. Now this is a good time to start practicing getting up correctly. So you're going to sit up, put your hand near your hip, foot close, swing the leg back, and you're up. Good warm-up, 10 times. It's really all you need to do. Crouch, back, hand, foot, up, and back. When you get more comfortable, again, I'm practicing on tatami. We practice these on a hardwood floor. I practice them in the parking lot. As real as you want to make it is as real as you can make it. So just bend slightly, fall back, sit up, and out. Again, make sure you don't hit your elbow, any bony part of your body, obviously keeping your chin tucked and protecting your head. Next, we'll move to the forward break fall. Now we're going to move to the forward break fall. Always remember, avoid hitting the bones like your elbows, your kneecaps, any bony protruding part of your body. You don't want them making first contact with the ground. What you want is for your forearms and generally your thighs. Obviously, you're protecting your head and your face from smashing into the concrete. Also protecting your center line as well. So to do that, to start off first, we're just going to drop to our knees, even though you wouldn't do this in the street. To get used to the fall, you're going to drop to your knees first. Okay, from the kneeling position, you're going to land on your forearms and let your hands hit the ground. Don't worry about slapping. As we said before, we want to avoid slapping the ground. So you're smashing your hand on the pavement will cause severe damage and permanent damage. So you're going to step here. You're going to turn your head when you hit the mat. And then you're going to let your thighs and your body come to rest. When you get up, you're going to pivot. Assuming a threat is coming from the rear, we locate the threat and we get up. From the side position, starting, dropping to your knees. You're going to drop, fall forward, exhale, good. Turn the target, foot, hand, up. Again, dropping to your knees, fall forward, exhale. Turn the target, and up. And now we're going to go to a crouching position. Again, mid-crouch, just a little higher. Work with your comfort level. And then you're just going to fall forward. Again, now, hips turn, avoiding hitting any of your vital target areas on the ground. And especially avoid hitting your face and your head on the ground. And let your body come to rest. Turn, face your target. Hand the hip. Up. Bend. Forward, turn the target, and up. Then finally, from a full-on standing position, as you get more comfortable, you're going to actually launch yourself forward. So from standing, just up, turn, and up. Here, launch yourself, turn the target, up. That concludes both your front and rear break fold. Now you're just going to practice that pivot. Again, you're going to pivot on your hip. You're going to move both directions. Pushing back, hand up, move. Change direction, just roll over to the other side. Push back and move. Change directions, roll over to the other side. Push back, pivot, change, pivot, and over. And move. Change direction and move. Do this until you feel comfortable. Till you feel comfortable. Then up, sit up, over. If you do about 3 30-second rounds, it's good to possibly get an egg timer. It's always fun. Set it, forget it. No. Let's get your egg timer, set it, 30 seconds, and do 30-second rounds. Moving to the first position of standing versus prone with he's in front of you. You're going to, again, the bag could be against the wall. My buddy Pete holding it. So this is going to be a jab, and this is going to be a thrust. So jab, thrust. So you, again, do those 30-second rounds, switch side to side. Come up, crab, back down, crab. Now, when you get to the end of the round, hook it, drive it through. Get up. Practice habits. Again, underneath, here. 30-second rounds. Practice using that jab foot, finishing with that thrust foot. At the end, take it to the ground, get up like you would in the street. Do about 3 rounds, 30 seconds before you move to the next. Make sure to always practice your get-ups, not just getting up from the ground correctly. Whether you're watching TV, laying at the park, sitting on the floor, BSing around, always practice getting up correctly, which is bringing your hips in, hands up, standing up. Do a few during warm-ups, but every position you're in, every position you finish is back on your feet. Train habits, extremely important. Train habits, always improve your position. Next drill is coming from this one step away. Again, if this is against the wall, you're just going to practice this roll, dropping in and torquing your body as hard as possible. Here, one step away, roll. Here, again, step away, roll. If you get a partner to do this with, great, but you won't be hitting your partner this hard. So we're one step away, hands up, we protect ourselves, we roll in and make contact with your armpit and your lat. Again, up, hands up, roll, you're one step away, drop it in. Really put the amps into it. Try to hit this thing as hard as you can. This would be one, where I would practice from both sides. Here, he's one step away, roll. Try to stay as low to the ground as possible. Okay? Do about, again, 10 each side. Now we're from close position. We're about to get stopped. So you're going to roll into it, catch it, and then you're going to torque your body over. Push it away, kick it away, back up on your feet. Setting it up. Just working the other side. Again, it's close to you. Hook it. Get it away. Back up on your feet. Setting it up. If you don't have a partner, you'll just be stacking it against the wall. Cross. Push it away. Back up. You're going to do about 5 to 10 each side, depending on your fitness level. Okay, so you have opted for the dummy with the arms. You can use a heavy bag. You can use the Bob. You can use the top of the Spar Pro. I mix it up a bit. I like the fact that he does have arms because they have a tendency to get in the way. And again, the more sloppy and the more chaotic you can make it, the better and more real your training is going to be. First, we're going to start with those edge of hands. And again, it's just going to be that similar, it's just that chop drill that we just did before. This time I'm just hacking. Okay, just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I don't care where I hit on the dummy. It doesn't matter to me. His hands are up, his hands come in, you just hack in. His hands cover his face, fantastic, okay? It doesn't matter. You're hacking, you just care about delivering power no matter where he is. Next, doing the chin jabs or the heel of hand strikes. Again, moving in. Grabbing it, smashing it. So you move from the edge of hand to the heel of hand. To your elbows. Make sure these elbows dig in, they don't come straight down. Dropping them in. Another nice bit is a chest smear. Okay, where you're just taking your chest, smashing it into his face. Okay, driving it in, smearing it in, and just planting them against the ground. So, you've got edge of hands, you've got heel of hands, you have elbows down and across, down. You've got your gouges, you got your chest bounce, and your face smear. Now, set your egg timer and give them 30 seconds of hell. So when you go, pin us down. That's how you practice. That's a fight. Those are your drills from the mount position. Have fun. This is what's nice about having some arms. Okay, you can practice the scarf hold position. Can't practice the lock so much, but you can practice those looping punches just to get in. Just so you get the feel of actually generating some power from this position. Again, doing about a 30-second burst, just to get the idea, just to get some feel, have a little fun with it. Now we're in open guard position. Remember, there's some space, so striking, hacking, strike, hack. So you have hacking and elbows. So practice your punches. Then practice your hacks and elbows. Again, bringing that knee up, hacking, punching, pushing it down, coming over now, working up the body till you get to your mount position. So, starting again with the open guard. Here, both knees down, one knee up, and we like one knee up. Practice striking, hacking, hacking. Push them down, pass them. And just work up his body. Continue to wreak havoc as you move along. Do that 5 or 6 times each session. You'll be good to go. Okay, now from this position, we're just going to get into reverse Japanese triangle. Again, if this guy pulls you in from the top, you're going to lock it in. And now we're going to hold for reps, just like you would do any type of resistance training. You're just going to hold for 15 seconds and squeeze. Come off. Again, you can give them a little chest bounce and a little pop. Again, do about 5 sets of those with the Japanese triangle, just as a rest position. Again, looking to gouge the eye with the hand coming into the face. All right? Again, this is when you get pulled in from the top position. Next, we'll go from fighting underneath. So now both from the guard and from the mount position. Okay, so as long as he's here, it's essentially the same technique. So you're going to, again, be covered and then start moving. Get him to cover you, shrimp out, launch him. Go back, pick him up. Set again. And then go. Up, launch them, back out. Again, when you're doing this, repeat. Give a little realistic distance. Okay. Again, you're really just training the hacking and the body movement. And then understanding that you're going to be launching them away. Now, up. Use heel of hands also. Hack in there, good. If I can get a hold of his face, fine. Pushes him back. Then you're just practicing with your feet and launching them off. Now, same token, he presses you. You're going to catch it. Reverse Japanese triangle. Find the eye and squeeze. Again, for those 10, 15 seconds. And then he's out. As always, finish getting him off of you and getting up. So again, really simple, basic stuff to practice those devastating ground fighting drills. The last thing I want to show you is a great way to increase your strength and power in your grip and in some of those strangles to get that Japanese strangle pretty dead on devastating. Remember our brick, you should be using it, so you should have one. Simple for your strangles. Just gonna catch it right on the wrist. Again, take your grip, do that isometric drill, squeeze it in. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And if you shatter the brick, you can become the president of the self-defense company. You can take my dojo here too and pump the lights. All right. You have to call me because we got to work out then. All right. So lock that thing in, squeeze it in tight, and just do reps. 10-second reps. Work the other side. Lock it in. Grip it. Rip it. So, again, nothing hairy, nothing too expensive. Again, practice what you learned. Hit these things hard, ruthless, and vicious. You should be using your gripping materials to develop those good gouging and tearing techniques. Don't forget, if there's an eye there, gouge it, bite it, rip an ear off, take bits and pieces of them, make them uncomfortable to be around, expose and violate those target areas. Like you're gonna go for, again, his neck, throat, eyes, face, testicles, all that stuff. Biting, hooking, negates 90% of what you're gonna see in the martial arts world. 90%. Most everything in the sport realm. Again, this concludes Module 3, Ground Fighting for Keeps. Till next time, train honestly.